So this week, last week we talked about Uber and Lyft's earnings and how horrible Lyft was. Lyft was short of drivers, all that good stuff, right? Bad for the Lyft shareholders, but good for the drivers because they said we're going to show them the money to get everybody back. Now, where are they going to get them from? Is the question, because Uber said, hey, we have no shortage. We're going to cut all the incentives. We're going to try to make some real money, as opposed to Gabe's famous and most favorite way of getting earnings, EBITDA, right, Gabe?
Yeah.
EBITDA is like we both are going to be super billionaires pretty soon, according to EBITDA. So they're going to try to get him back, they said. And, I honestly don't think Uber is flooded with drivers. I think they just have the right amount to service the demand. But I think Lyft better show them the money. Otherwise, they're going to be in pain.
That's kind of like the title of today is Uber handing Lyft drivers. And that's the whole thing. Like, you have one company that says we're cutting incentives, and you have another company that says we're going to invest into drivers and give them driver incentives. And, right now drivers are hurting, not only for the low pay, but gas prices are going back up again, which goes to what we talked about last week too, when you asked if that was going to continue on for the driver surcharge. And yeah, it's going to look like it. Who knows? Maybe they'll actually add more. But yeah, that's what it's going to come to. If you're a driver, you're going to go where the money is. If Lyft is offering incentives, that's where you're going to go and you're going to drive. Gabe, what do you think?
They didn't offer me any incentives, by the way, but I think they offered Gabe some juicy ones.
Yeah, I sent Sergio a screenshot of what I got offered this week, and it's double what they offered me last week. And for months, Lyft hadn't offered any kind of what does Lyft call its thing? They don't call it a quest, do they? What do they call it? Bonus.
I call it Lyft Quest.
Lyft Quest,
whatever it is. I hadn't gotten those. Rarely gotten them. Looking at my incentives from the different companies over the years, Lyft has always followed Uber. Uber's always offered more money, and now that's been turned on its head. I don't know. I mean, good for Dara for finally, after a decade, figuring it out. Good work. Good job, man.
Good job, Dara. You earned your 25 million.
We have to. We can't. I love how he says, volume isn't going to make it. Volume isn't going to make us profits. Oh, really? I feel like that's been Uber's like secret sauce. Like, we're losing a nickel on each ride, but volume. That's how you do it.
So, by the way, on the screenshot, whoever's watching, is my streak bonuses, and that's all I have. In fact, I used to have 3 for 18s. They cut me down to 3 for 15 to 3 to 12 and 3 for 9. So Lyft is not having my card this week, that's for sure. But Gabe, looks like Lyft anything coming up for you.
Yeah, I mean, I got streak bonuses too. I'm probably looking at about working 20 hours this week tops, looking at $350 in incentives for less than 20 hours.
That's fantastic, man.
If I use my destination filter, like that's what Lyft's counting on, that you're not going to use your destination filter, that you're going to be an ant and pick up every ride they dole you out.
Well, that's also the streak bonus thing. They're going to give you either 3 or 5, and then that last one or the last two, depending on what it is, it's always going to be 30 minutes away or something where people don't want to take it.
It's going to go into San
Francisco. What I do though when I get those, I accept it anyway, and hoping and praying that on the way there they'll reroute me, because you know how they're famous for their rerouting, right?
Oh yeah.
So to me, it's like and then if it doesn't happen, then I go, damn it! I was like, they didn't bite on that one. But so to me, that's just me in LA. The streaks are getting cut on Lyft, and actually my quest for Uber was lower, actually the lowest I've seen since November. So Uber is also cutting. Maybe they're following up on what what Dara was talking about.
For sure.
For me,
mine was
go ahead.
No, well, mine was 40 for 40 on Uber.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
summer.
mine's not that much better. It was $70, give 70 rides for 140, so it's basically $2 a ride. And then the 10, I forget what it is after that, but it wasn't anything more than $10 or something. So I think it was like 150 total for the max one. And then Lyft, I haven't seen anything in my area, but I do see every time I go on Lyft, I'm seeing more surge versus Uber's side. Uber just shows this is the busy area, so why don't you go there? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I haven't seen
Yeah.
surge as much on Uber's side, so maybe they are cutting down, but who knows?
So
Where
I've
do you
been,
drive?
I've been watching on the Lyft app. There is solid 45 minutes to an hour and a half during the day that is, surging like I have never seen it on Lyft. We had put up that picture last week, like $50.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not making money on any of that. But if you can use your DF and kind of stay in the zone and collect a few of those, I do feel like Lyft has definitely turned up the volume on the surge. Instead of the 2s and 3s peanuts, I'm seeing more like 6s and 8s and 10s and 12s. So maybe that's one way they're going to do it. On top of that, like Gabe's quest that we talked about. I mean, so maybe they are truly trying to get drivers from Uber.